Hello paddlers! I'm super excited to be deep into the driftless area in Wisconsin in the town of Ontario on the Kickapoo River. I'm launching from Titanic Canoe Rentals here in Ontario, going about 11 miles down the river today to Bridge 10. Let's get out there.
And I thought, I think I must be a little snack.
Jeez, what a shit show. Right behind you, excuse me.
Slow down! Put the engine on! Put the brakes on back!
You're going the wrong way!
Hey, smiling on camera.
Yeah, I was like, man, but you're a natural. Riley, you was just sitting on.
She's like, hurry up, bitch!
Oh, my pants. Get back to that. How is that only like 10 years?
That canoe just flipped.
What's Corey?
Who fucking knows what Corey's at this point?
You're losing a drink, Koozie. You want me to catch it?
Yeah,
Can you grab it, please?
Where did you kayak? Oh, you're gonna come up here too?
Sure.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
You from around here?
Nope. So clearly, people don't use the river like I use the river. And I kind of knew that was gonna happen because the only day I had to come here was a Saturday, like a gorgeous Saturday in June. We've had heavy rain here in Wisconsin, and there was a period where this river really wasn't safe. So the rental companies just weren't letting people go out. So I think the fact that it's a gorgeous Saturday in July, did I say June? It's July. The fact that it's a gorgeous Saturday in July, and the fact that people are making up for lost time that they couldn't use the river when it was too high and dangerous, it's a damn shit show out here, which is fine. I'm told once I get past the fourth bridge or so, that's when all these drunk yahoos are going to taper off, and it's going to be a little bit more of a pleasant experience.
Out there. Ready? No one's freaking out.
I thought the bridges were numbered.
They are, but the 3 has worn off. You can
Okay.
barely see it.
Okay, good to know. Thanks. As you may have guessed, with all the people, traffic, shit show going on the river, my expectations of seeing wildlife are nil.
You shouldn't have ripped it up because
over here because I heard some water trickling down. So I thought I was gonna stop here and have my lunch, but it's insanely buggy. I'll probably just eat my lunch while I'm going down the river, and it's getting to be a little bit more populated here. I really don't need to hear some guy in a tube talking about his balls while I'm having my sandwich. So back on the river. Finally, some peace and quiet on the Kickapoo River. Just the sound of me, the water, my paddle, my stomach growling. I love the hat. I love.
What are those from? Like the 70s and 80s?
I learned how to crochet in prison. It wasn't bad.
Did you really?
Hey, you gonna record this?
It was pointed that way. Took to mile 4 before I got to a crying toddler. I'm also rather surprised that it took me until mile 5 here to smell weed. Mosquito bite on my eyelid. If you're an experienced paddler on the Kickapoo, you may be mildly annoyed by the lack of experience on a busy day by all the paddlers. I find it rather amusing. I've overheard quite a few arguments between couples in canoes that have absolutely no clue how to steer them. But the awesome part about the Kickapoo is that it is a very, very novice-friendly river. It's really shallow, and unless there is really, really heavy rains, the current is very doable for someone that's inexperienced. I know.
You got a fish again.
Is this bridge 6?
This is 5. We got one. Usually it'll be up there.
Okay, thank you. The bridge we just passed is bridge 5, and I'm told that's where most of the noobs get off, so I think the rest of our trip's going to be a little bit different of an experience. We are passing through Wildcat Mountain State Park right now, so if you want to experience this part of the driftless area but you're not a paddler, Wildcat Mountain State Park has some spectacular hiking trails. what a difference a mile makes. Super, super quiet. It's like somebody just put the kids to bed. Bridge 6, single lane passage. Bridge 6 out of 10. There was a guide there letting us know that it was a single lane passage. It was just narrow from trees falling down recently. With every takeout point I pass, the river just gets a little bit quieter, a little bit more pleasant, a little bit more nature-y. It's kind of a toss-up whether I took this 12-foot Perception Tribute or my 14-foot Current Design Vision, which is a ruddered boat. Either of them would have been perfectly appropriate for this river. I just wouldn't take a composite material boat on the Kickapoo with all the rocks and logs and whatnot sticking up out of the water. Bridge number 8. If you are headed to the Kickapoo River for tubing and drinking, just keep in mind that your beer needs to be from a can and your wine out of a box, because like the Wisconsin River, you can't have glass bottles on the Kickapoo. Bridge number 9. It's going too fast. I want it to last longer. Finally found a nice private little spot I can pull over and have my long overdue lunch. The driftless area is the area of land that's unglaciated that Wisconsin gets to claim the better chunk of, but it's also the southeastern portion of Minnesota, northeastern portion of Iowa, and just a smidge of Illinois. Think like the Galena area. That's why the landscape around Galena is the only really pretty landscape in Illinois. I can say that because I'm from there, and because it's true. There's a reason they call us Flatlanders, or Fibs, affectionately, of course. I don't normally share any personal information on my YouTube channel, but here's a little known intimate fact about me. My favorite sandwich is the turkey and Swiss on cranberry wild rice bread from Quick Trip. I take one of these suckers with me just about every time I go kayaking. And if I don't, I find the nearest Quick Trip when I get off the water. And I look for the ones with the most cranberries in the bread. And that's the winner. The beauty just doesn't end.
Oh yeah, will you jump over?
extra time, so I'm hanging out at Wildcat Mountain State Park at the observation area right here. I had a little extra time because I was advised that Ontario to Bridge 10 would be 5 or 6 hours depending on how many times you stopped. I did it in 3 hours and 48 minutes. It's not like I was racing. I'm just one of those paddlers that doesn't like to sit idle and put their paddle down, so I did keep paddling the whole time. But if you're more of a floater, I would allow 5 to 6 hours for that trip. I'd like to try this again at some point when it is off season. That being said, there are some advantages of coming during peak time. One of them being that there was the guide on the water at Bridge 6 alerting people that there were trees down and it was a single file pass at that point right there. And also at the end at Bridge 10, one of the outfitters was there helping pull people off the water. So that was really nice, and that's not an advantage you're gonna have when you come in off season. I appreciate you coming with for my adventure on the Kickapoo River and here at Wildcat Mountain State Park. If you haven't yet, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my next adventures. I'll see you next time.